Hello, everyone. We are back. I'm Mark, and this is my astro friend, Boya, and we are from the Cosmic Chakra, and this is our YouTube. And today we are going to take a look at the energies that are surrounding the upcoming lunar eclipse on 7th of September. In September, there's going to be a pair of eclipses happening. So the first is a lunar happening on the 7th, and the second is a partial solar eclipse happening on the 21st. So let's take a look at the transits around the eclipse and the various interplays of energies and planets. So over to you, Boya. What do you think about this transit chart?
Okay, hello everyone. Pleasure to be talking to you again. And when it comes to today's theme, I was a bit skeptical. We're covering something that in astrology can be considered a little bit of a dark side of the coin. We're talking about eclipses, which is a season, a period of the year that kind of has the energy of portal opening and then closing. So in karmic astrology, it is said, it is believed that with the first eclipse, we're opening portals to souls transitioning, coming to Earth, going off to Earth for those who have died, who are about to incarnate, and so on. And then with the second eclipse, that portal closes. So with the first one that we have, the lunar eclipse this time, for me, a very interesting detail that Cosmos have given us is that it's happening at the fixed star Ahernar. So this is at 15 degrees of Pisces. And this is a very peculiar fixed star because it talks about descension into the underworld, going through all the parts of the underworld, or having traveled to depths and depths of despair until we have reached the river Eridanus that takes us out of the underworld into the light. So it is a kind of an epiphany lunar eclipse. And I'm wondering what it might bring, to whom, in what way, but I hope it is a positive one, not one that's to be feared, because it brings the message of salvation, of maybe dark times ending in some ways, Piscean energy very strong, very present. I don't know how this sounds to you, Mark.
I think it aligns perfectly with the energy of Pisces because Pisces is a very, very deep water sign. And that's what all this is about. I think it's healing, but also going deep and bringing things to the surface. Probably things are going to get uncovered. And also, probably that would happen in a very sudden manner because we also know that Uranus is going to start its retrograde journey on the same day. That's kind of intriguing for me that it's all happening in the eclipse season right there. And we also see that this moon in Pisces is trined by Jupiter, which is in its sign of exaltation, that is Cancer. And so both of them are in mutual reception. So I think they are really supporting each other
Right.
during this eclipse, which is a very positive thing, like you mentioned. And also there's Lilith. So there is a little bit of darkness. Lilith trining this moon. So it's like a grand trine happening right there.
Yeah.
Lilith and Jupiter trining the moon. So there's this hidden dark side, but also everything happening in the water element. So it's a grand trine in water. And that's why I think it's going to feel really deep and it's going to be a revelation for quite a few people
I
at
really
the
like
personal and individual level as well.
I like what you're saying about the revelation part and
Mhm.
secrets coming out. I think that might be a message of um, Virgo versus Pisces signs, as these two are opposite signs, and these are the signs where the eclipse is taking place. So in order for an eclipse to happen, we have to have sun and moon either in conjunction or opposition, and we have to have the nodes 13 degrees apart from them. So here we have all the conditions checked for that. So even by just seeing the chart, we can see there is really an eclipse happening. And Virgo is this sign that will analyze, have an analytical approach, be seeking for the truth, while Pisces on the other side is more secretive, more mysterious. So there is a certain challenge of how much can we really hide, and what knowledge do we need to embody, which is the message of the sign of Virgo, a strong link between the body and the knowledge, because we have Mercury also there present with the sun.
Exactly.
So, and
And in exaltation. It
yes,
is in Virgo, it's in its own domicile, and
yes.
it's a strong Mercury right next to the sun.
So there
So,
is
yeah.
the need to have this knowledge, have this information to receive it. And if we look at the orb of the conjunction between the sun and Mercury, it's 6 degrees, which is again Virgo energy. So it's double Virgo. It's even with Mercury, triple Virgo. It's strong need to embody the knowledge of Virgo, to create new habits, to enter this eclipse season, taking responsibility for what's happening in your life, create new healthy habits. Otherwise, we're at a loss because there is the South Node. So we need to, with the South Node, release everything that's no longer serving us, including toxicity in forms of relationships, in forms of habits, in forms of information. What toxic information with Mercury in place am I taking that's completely fogging my mind? Pisces speaks of this fog that's being created. So there is no more time to be playing on both sides. We have a strong need for clarity. So in one way or another, that should be achieved in day-to-day life during the eclipse season.
True, true. And do you think that I feel that the health implications also could be a lot for people when you mention personal habits that need to be let go of. So eclipses always bring in change, and since this eclipse also is related with the Uranus motion changing, so it seems like this eclipse is definitely about ushering in change, whether it is voluntarily done or whether we are forced into a situation where change needs to happen, but it's going to be all for our own good. So I think we should be flexible because this is happening in a pair of mutable signs. So I think the message out here is also to be flexible in our thinking, be open minded, also to be compassionate towards ourselves, and to let go of things that are not good for us, and to be adaptable and to bring in the necessary changes, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like here, when looking at the chart, I see that we will have Venus exactly at 15 degree of Leo, which is a very
Right.
royal degree. So
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking in terms of reward. I'm thinking in terms of if you really do the things that are good for you. I know we have Mars in Libra that's in lower dignity. It can be malefic, but if we again take ownership over that, and this Mars in Libra, uh, I hope I said Libra before, was if this Mars in Libra takes care of itself in terms of bringing balance in habits, in personal activities, then then we will have the dispositor of it bringing Mars to the 15 degree of Leo, which is, I would say, an abundant reward for that. And on top of this, I will again mention generational planets, the distant planets being in a configuration that we don't see every day. This is rare, that we have Uranus at the first degree, Pluto at the first degree, Neptune at the first degree. Saturn has just moved away. This means with all these first degrees, there is a new beginning. But before we can really go into this complete new beginning, and we're not talking about new beginnings on a Monday type of a level. We're talking about decades of new beginnings energy. But we're having one final call to change things that no longer serve us. Saturn's going back into Pisces. Neptune will follow soon. Uranus going back into Taurus. We're getting some more time to really make the decisions, to set these things in place. By the next year, February next year, when Saturn goes full on Aries mode and stays there for 2.5 years, Uranus goes in Gemini for 7 years. If we're not up with the new pace of energy in the world, we're out of the game. So it's really time to take responsibility for your life, for your habits, for how you do things in your life. No one else to blame, and keep up with the pace that we can feel, that energies are telling us about, the rhythm we see is there. Yeah, I'll stop.
Right. Yeah. Now that you mentioned Saturn, it's like Saturn is actually watching over this eclipse. So it's like I'm right here and I'm going to make sure that people step up and do the right thing, or do a course correction that might not have been done till now. So Saturn is right there in retrograde motion.
And in Pisces, where
Yeah,
basically
yeah,
also the lunar eclipse is taking, and the lunar eclipse happens as just as Saturn has moved back into Pisces. So
exactly.
the energy of the lunar eclipse, since it's
Mhm.
happening in Pisces, also has Saturn involved. And if we think of what Saturn stands for, we come back to responsibility, we come back to duty, we come back to body, to karma, to laws, to everything that people usually refrain from. But that really we will have a much better time if we embrace Saturn, if we approach things dutifully, with honor, with respect, with dignity, and willingness to work hard on ourselves, on our tasks, and whatnot, to really clear everything that we have left unresolved, because Pisces is the last sign
Yeah,
of the zodiac. So it's time to close chapters. If we have enrolled
right.
a course that we have left somewhere there to come back to at one point,
Hmm.
it's time now to be done with it by February next year. Otherwise, it's
Right.
probably not gonna get done anytime. And it's
Exactly.
not gonna bring good energy to you one day when you remember, oh, that language course I started didn't go so well.
Right. So it's like a reminder. This eclipse, the energy is like a reminder to look deeper and close the cycles, if any, as per requirement. And today we have a surprise because I'm going to pull a tarot card from my Wild Unknown Archetype circular deck of cards to just see what kind of energy is this eclipse bringing, to just get a hint about it. So I'm
Like,
shuffling, and I had been meditating on the cards before we started recording this. So let's see what the divine guidance says about it. All right. Okay, so this is the card I have got.
the heart.
Wow. Wow.
What is on the card? It's like a nest, and in the nest there is a boat with two people
Mm-hmm.
on it.
Yes.
Okay, a boat is Neptunian, so no wonder it's Pisces themed. with the lunar eclipse in
And then there's also something like a constellation in the sky above the boat, if you can see that.
Mm-hmm. Like a
So
red
there are
light.
stars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's about going deeper into the core to what really matters, right? Because the heart is what gives life ultimately. So
That's
that's what this
beautiful.
eclipse is bringing. Yeah.
Also, in the system of chakras, the
Mhm.
fourth chakra, which is the central heart chakra,
Mhm.
under rulership of the moon. So
Right.
we have a lunar eclipse, which speaks about the moon being eclipsed, and we have our heart chakra being invoked by your tarot deck. So I would say
True.
really a strong emphasis on our feelings, on
Mhm.
really feeling what we are feeling and being encouraged to follow that feeling. I know it can feel like our own heart uh, eclipsing on us and our emotions might be darkened or hidden or faded in some way, but this is an even
Right.
uh, bigger sign that we should go into that place and really explore what's there for us.
Right. So I'm also going to draw a card from our usual 78 card deck because that was a special deck. So I'm just picking a card for the regular tarot as well. So that's going to be like a supportive card after the main card that I've drawn.
Okay.
Right. Cutting the deck. And
10 of Cups.
I think this is very Jupiter in Cancer.
Oh, you're spot on with that. Yes. It's 10 of Cups usually represent uh, family celebration,
Right.
enjoyment of hyper positive emotion, somewhat of a
Mhm.
celebration on a family level,
Right.
big family coming together, feeling an epiphany in a sense of being emotionally um, satisfied. So Jupiter's probably accentuating all of that with with a trine to this eclipse moon. So I would again reaffirm the previous conclusion that this eclipse, lunar eclipse, I think has positive things for us in store.
Absolutely. So long as we find this, then we can reach this.
And
So
they're both so circular, like the entire energy
yeah.
of the eclipses,
Yeah,
coming
exactly. It's
together.
very symbolic, very, very symbolic, that it's about the closing of a cycle.
Yes, very nice. Thank you for the cards. I think they were
Thank
spot
you,
on,
Zoya.
very much.
Right. I really enjoyed that, and I'm glad that it's showing us such beautiful energy today.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed for that for everyone.
I would also pull a card. I don't know if we still have time though.
Sure. Go ahead, please. Yeah.
Okay, I have my cards here. It's Art Nouveau, Golden Rider Waite. So Rider Waite Smith, not to forget to mention her. Okay. Lunar eclipse at 15 degrees of Pisces. It's the moon card.
Simply amazing, isn't it?
It is. I don't think this card needs further explanation. We have the
Right.
heart card, we have the moon card, we have 10 of Cups. If it's not clear to you what it means, you have to Google it.
Yeah, water energy is really strong.
Yes. So yeah, guys, if you have been listening up to this point, which I hope you have, Give us your insights of what these cards, in your opinion, could mean
Mhm.
related to the lunar eclipse. I would love to see that in the comments so that all of us together can think symbolically, and that maybe we can see some personal notes in the comments so that we become
Right.
a hive mind, thinking us
Looking
all.
forward to it. Yeah, most welcome. Yeah.
And yeah, feel free to reach out to us as always. We're open for suggestions on themes, topics, and so on. And we'd love to see you engaging with us.
Yes, bring it on.
See you next time.
Until next time. Bye.